It was 2010, and the strikingly named anti-homosexuality bill had just been published in Uganda. The first version of that bill carried the death penalty for what were called serial offenders. It imposed 7-year terms of imprisonment on parents who failed to report their LGBT children, and 2 years in prison for giving shelter to someone simply suspected of being homosexual. This became aptly known as the Kill the Gays bill. I watched this unfold, and like many around the world, I was horrified. I realized then the extent to which LGBT people are criminalized globally, and that many of these laws dated back to British colonial times. They were first written into law in 1533, when Henry VIII created the Buggery Act. By 1828, it became the Offences Against the Person Act, and in the UK, it focused solely on male same-sex activity. As the British Empire expanded, criminalisation was exported to its colonies, enshrining homophobia in law across the globe. It was clear to me that the legal community had a uniquely valuable contribution to make towards one of the defining human rights issues of our time, impacting the lives of tens of millions of LGBT people. And so, with the backing of senior legal figures from across the world, the Human Dignity Trust was born. Our unique model involved international legal teams working with us pro bono to support local activists and local lawyers, delivering the tools and ammunition to fight those laws in the courts. We began by intervening in Caleb Orozco's decriminalisation case in Belize in 2011. Caleb was the first to put his trust in us.
For 10 years, we've worked successfully with local partners in courts around the world. Together, we've achieved decriminalisation, outlawed forced anal examinations, and made it possible for LGBT people to legally form organizations. We've also built up a huge body of research and developed a sophisticated communications function, showing how criminalization destroys lives and how the law can and should change that. We now support governments in reforming their laws. We've helped 4 governments draft new bills on sexual offense laws, hate crime, and equal opportunities. Our legal teams have contributed more than £18 million in pro bono legal advice to the Trust in support of the global movement.
In 2016, there was a major victory. Caleb won his decriminalisation case in Belize. 10 years ago, it was illegal for him to engage in same-sex intimacy. Today, liberated as he is a leading voice for equality for all Belizeans.
It was such a victory. It was like a burden, a stone, a sucker stone lifted off you.
The Human Dignity Trust and the team inspired me and motivated me to continue and to persevere.
They work tirelessly. It's like being with family members, you know, I consider them like part of my family.
The arc of history is undoubtedly moving in the right direction. We've come a long way, but LGBT people continue to be criminalized, ostracized, and abused. 71 countries today still criminalize men. 43 of them criminalize women. Half of those countries are Commonwealth countries. Hand in hand with our partners, we're expanding the law to include and protect everyone. Upholding constitutional rights really does change lives. Together, we can end the criminalization of LGBT people.